Good evening and welcome to the Tale of Hale, a storytelling and ribbon-cutting celebration. My name is Lori Getch and I'm Dean of Libraries here at Kansas State University. I'd first like to thank you for joining us tonight. We're celebrating a monumental moment in the history of Hale Library as we officially reopen our campus icon to the community. The story you are about to hear began many, many years ago, and without your philanthropic support, this celebration would not be possible. With chapters narrated by proud K-Staters, the Tale of Hale is the story of early beginnings, innovation, and overcoming. And while we wish we could tell this tale in person, we hope you're comfortable at home, maybe by the fireplace or with your favorite drink, as President Myers starts this evening's story with Chapter 1. Sit back and enjoy the Tale of Hale.
Well, I'm going to read from the Tale of Hale. This is going to be Chapter 1, the history of Hale. Once upon a time, in the year 1927, the first freestanding library was built on the Kansas State University campus. Later named Farrell Library in honor of Francis David Farrell, the university's 8th president. And the building was devoted solely to housing library services. But it wasn't long before the growth of collections, combined with a severe reduction in quality student space, led to a need for a bigger library. Farrell Library was added onto twice, and still more space was needed for growing collections and study areas. With dwindling state resources, three critical components came together to make a $28 million expansion possible. State allocation of $18 million, a student-passed referendum that provided $5 million, and a $5 million gift from Joe and Joyce Hale, who were impressed with the students' financial commitment. In recognition of the Hale's essential gift, the new library was named Hale Library in their honor on October 5th, 1997. To acknowledge the importance of the original library and its namesake, the 1927 structure retains the designation of, quote, Historic Farrell Library, end quote. Hale Library quickly became the heart and soul of our university, where academics, student life, research, and social interaction all converge.
Chapter 2, a reimagined Hale Library. Years continued to pass, and the use of library space evolved. It was 2016 when the idea for a first floor major renovation and modernization project first came to life.
After touring the library with Dean Lori Getch and seeing the concept plans for the renovated building, we were inspired to lead efforts that would evolve Hale Library as a vital place for the next generation of learning.
We believed in this vision for how a reimagined Hale Library would create a more accessible entrance to the first floor and add group study spaces, instruction rooms, satellite meeting spaces for students' services, a cafe, and flexible event space.
Because of this, we were thrilled to serve as lead donors for this project, part of KSU Foundation's Innovation and Inspiration campaign. Knowing we would positively make a difference for the entire campus, the reimagined Hale Library would support collaboration and multidisciplinary studies while encouraging success, elevating the library experience, and being a place of study, collaboration, and technology.
firefighters from several agencies responded to the call just after 4 this afternoon.
State police say the library was evacuated because of smoke, but they don't believe anyone is hurt.
And this is a live look now at the scene. You can see fire crews working there. They have been working on part of the building.
The main library on K-State's campus, Hale Library, is closed tonight after a fire broke out in the building. It's an update to a story we brought you on air and online. Investigators say they are still looking into what caused it. The university says the library will be closed until further notice.
Chapter 3, The Fire. About a year after the first floor renovation was announced, the unthinkable happened. It was May 22nd, 2018, when alarms went off and employees reported smoke. An accidental fire was burning in Hale Library, the heart of campus. In order to save the building, several hundred thousands of gallons of water flooded the building. While the fire was contained to the roof, smoke and water caused damage throughout the building. All of the books needed to be removed and cleaned, and about 85% of the library was in dire need of renovation and repair. But in true K-State fashion, K-State Libraries administrators were launching a recovery process while still taking in the damage. Soaked books were frozen in an effort to further stop damage and prevent mold growth. Damaged ceilings and carpet were removed, walls were demolished, and library services were relocated and made operational. The plans were never just to replace what was lost, but rather to turn the K-State Library experience into an extraordinary one.
Chapter 4, Help for Hale. What could have been a devastating moment in Hale Library's history was not an option for the K-State family. Just days after watching crews battle the Hale Library fire, K-State Libraries, alongside of the KSU Foundation, launched Help for Hale, a campaign to restore essential library resources. In response, K-State students, alumni, and friends came together to turn that fire into a story of inspiration. Gifts of all sizes quickly added up, and the K-State family raised more than $330,000 as part of Help for Hale to renovate the building into a 21st century next-generation library. The support was crucial to our reimagining of Hale Library during Innovation and Inspiration, the $1.4 billion campaign for K-State. The investment in K-State libraries during this time was a key part in elevating student success and facilities enhancement. The support from our major gift donors was critical in ensuring Hale Library could offer collaborative and quiet study spaces, advanced technology and necessary library resources, and services for a high-quality education experience. Thanks to this extraordinary generosity, we could reimagine Hale Library like never before.
Chapter 5, Coming Together. Following the fire, more than 80 K-State Libraries faculty and staff members, 37 Information Technology Services staff members, several dozen student employees, and all library resources were left without a designated space. But they weren't without a home for long. Campus quickly came together to house staff and the many library resources that the K-State community relies on. Library personnel graciously accepted temporary working space in the Younger Complex, Executive Court, Alumni Center, Business Building, Bluemont Hall, Seton Hall, Student Union, Dykstra Hall, English Building, and the Burney Family Welcome Center. And even while spread across campus, they persevered and were ready to provide their help and services to campus and the community once again. One unanticipated benefit of library faculty located around campus was the opportunity to work directly with faculty and students in the different disciplines they served. With academic services librarians housed in specific college buildings, They became much more accessible to students and faculty for research and curricular support, building strong relationships that will benefit them into the future.
Hale Library's renovation is now complete. Students were officially re-welcomed to the renovated first floor on January 25th, and the remaining floors opened on February 15th. The transformation is awe-inspiring. We love that it feels like Hale, but now offers much more.
With donor support, Hale Library offers so much, including a new first floor entrance to Hale Library and so many spaces to collaborate, with lots of whiteboard space that students have been so excited about.
There's also quiet study spaces. The improved Hale Library layout means that students can study in the noise level they prefer, from the loudest floor on the first level to the quietest floor on the fourth.
The fully restored Great Room, nicknamed the Harry Potter Room by many students, has already captured our hearts. And meeting the requests of students, lots of outlets have been added to the room.
The Dave and Ellie Everett Learning Commons on the first floor offers hundreds of seats for studying and 14 group study rooms. And the Sutherland Foundation Innovation Lab will bring access to new technologies such as digital media production, virtual reality, and artificial intelligence to meet the needs of students preparing to launch into the future.
The Joyce and Joe's Cornerstone Cafe, made possible by the Hale family, offers great snacks so students don't have to leave to refuel while studying.
The reimagined Hale Library also meets diversity and inclusion efforts with a new meditation space and wash station, public lactation space, 6 family and gender-neutral restrooms, a new location for Dow Center for Multicultural and Community Studies, the restoration of the We Are the Dream mural, and a new children's area.
One of students' top wish list items was natural light in study areas. This was met with 2 new reading rooms on the first and second floor of the historic Farrell Library.
The library and IT Help Center are now co-located, so it's easier for students to get help.
There's also renovated grad study rooms where graduate students can focus on their work, a seminar space for special collections, and a new large instruction room where libraries can provide research instruction.
Hale Library has been restored as the heart of campus, offering students and the K-State community a place to study, learn, and collaborate.
Chapter 7, to be continued. Unlike a traditional storybook, the tale of Hale has no end. As we virtually cut this purple ribbon, welcoming all to Hale Library, we do so knowing this is only the next chapter. We hope you enjoyed the telling of the tale of Hale, and we're so thankful for the support we've received in making this innovating and inspiring transformation possible. To view more of the renovated Hale Library, we encourage you to follow K-State Libraries on Instagram for video tours by our K-State Library ambassadors. Thank you for helping us write the incredible story of Hale Library. Have a great evening.